In this episode, I'm going to cover 3 announcements. Firstly, I will announce the monthly giveaway winners of January, February, and March 2019. The second announcement is about the future of giveaway arrangement that might be affected by Amazon affiliation policies. I'm not quite sure, but I'm just trying to follow their rules and regulations. And the third announcement is about the future of this channel and what's happening to me. This is Chris of Springloft Studio. Hey everyone, sorry to keep all of you waiting. So I'm going to announce the 3 winners of the first 3 months monthly giveaway. The January winner is Ryan Johnson. The February winner is Rapid or Rapidi. I'm not sure how to pronounce all of your names. And the March winner is Shinizizi, 3Z at the end. I think this is a very sleepy cat. So I'll try to contact you individually and arrange how I can deliver the prizes for you. So the giveaway is a brand new Audio Technica ATH M40X. I also use it for editing, mixing, so I believe that would be a very good value headphones, apart from your existing arsenal of headphones that you have been using. Some of your locations, it might be a little bit difficult for me to ship from US Amazon to your city. Then I'll further discuss with you, so either we can buy from one of the online shops that's close and economically justified for you, or I might just find a way, for example, like if you have a PayPal account, then I will transfer the equivalent monetary award value to your PayPal account. Okay, the second update is about the requirements of Amazon Associates. You probably be aware of that. Nearly all the product review websites are also performing Amazon Associate in order to help monetizing and subsidy the ongoing operation of the channel. Amazon rejected my application to be the Amazon Associates last month. The reason probably would be in 2 areas. If I look into their policies, then it states very clearly. One is the hard fact that I have to reach 500 subscribers, which I'm almost there, but definitely is still not 500, so I cannot blame that policy. And the second suspicious one is about the mentioning of organic followers, likes. So the term organic is not very well defined. Usually for a corporate world, is about organic growth is about the increment business that's introduced by the team's operation, which is excluding all the merger and acquisitions. But for a social network, I cannot be sure what's the definition of organic followers. Definitely you, me, everyone, we are formed by organic substance, so we are organic, right? But is it the definition? Another possible definition is that organic is just like you view it, you like it. I believe that probably all of you subscribe to my channel are organic followers, because I'm pretty sure that a lot of you are not aware of the monthly giveaway at all. So I really appreciate and thank you for your support that you are subscribing to my channel because you love the content, and I really helped you in terms of making purchase decision or understanding the real potentials of the product or pros and cons of the products. In order to apply to the policies, then I think I need to pause the monthly giveaway, or if the monthly giveaway doesn't really matter for you, as the website is not financing me at all. I still don't have sponsors. I don't have more expensive giveaway that I think I can afford in the longer run until the website is grown to a stage that it can self-sustain. I've decided to pause the monthly giveaway until it's at a better time to resume the giveaway again. We'll see. So leave a comment, let me know what you think. The third update is, so firstly, really sorry that there are not a lot of video posting in the last few months. apologize apart from that I'm lazy. So I'm also bombarded by health situations, severe flu, and as well as chronic fatigue. So after further examination, I'm now confirmed suffering from um, nasopharyngeal carcinoma, or so-called nasopharyngeal cancer, which is a cancer originating from the cavity in my nose that's positioning right at the dead center. The key way of treatment is still with chemotherapy and radiotherapy. So these are the two most effective way of curing this cancer, and luckily that this is one of the cancer that is the most easiest to be cured. The successful rate is pretty high. So it depends on what stage that I'm in. I'll know it later. Yeah, so I have not yet get my final result of my MRI and PET scans. The downside of the therapy is that after I gone through the radiotherapy, my hearing would be permanently damaged. Um, so what I am expecting is that for any judgment that I need to do it by my subjective commentary, I won't consider myself authoritative in the future. Um, so right now, how much time do I have? Um, I will still have 2 more months that I will still have my perfect hearing until I go into the stage of radiotherapy. So that's probably the way that I can finish up the other open reviews, for example, the AirPods 2, the Samsung Galaxy earbuds, and as well as I have just received the B&O E8 version 2. So we'll cover them in the future. And I also have a lot of backlogs that I've been promising, but it's been long due, the deep dive review of the framework that I really want to achieve. The hospital switch off the lights. It's pretty late in the hospital right now, in my location. The reason that I start my channel, because for the previous 2 decades when I tried to find reviews of the headphones that I want to purchase, especially those not really premium. At that time, I think headphones of over $300 is considered premium, and it's very difficult to find dealers who are willing to just open it for your testing. Extremely difficult to find demo units that we can really experience it before buying it in any of the shops in my location. Very difficult. And even until now, going to the shops for listening experience is quite an arrogant experience. So I try to read into reviews. I always encounter into like conflicting opinions between different reviewers. Usually it's because of their subjective preference, or a lot of them would consider themselves audiophile in a way. Yeah, it's even more being widely used and abused. I think audiophile. I can't. I'm too shameful to name myself audiophile, even though I have quite a high standard of acceptance. I still have quite a broad acceptance as long as I recognize the pros and cons of different headphones. My capability actually is to differentiate the nitty-gritty details of the headphones, so I know where the limits are. I think that's what audiophile is supposed to help you with. So there are not a lot of people who would be able to comment on headphones into such a detail in the community. I think it's probably about like 5% of the headphone reviewers would be able to like provide the kind of advices. So the first thing, in order to help us to make a informed decision, is better to listen to it than to reading a lot of those commentaries. So that's how I start my first step of performing a lot of headphone sound demos. There are various ways of headphone sound demo. The first one, I think, who did it the longest time is Z Reviews. I believe that he's using his homegrown recording rigs, which is made of audio foam, as well as two microphones. I believe that they are from Norman pretty expensive, but they should be very well performing microphones. Um, the other one who are also doing lots of binaural sound demos is Clavinet Junkie. Clavinet Junkie had already been doing Bluetooth speakers review for many years, and I appreciate all his work. And in 2018, he started stepping into headphone review. So coincidentally, maybe he is from Europe, and I actually purchased equipment from both US, Europe, wherever I find it justify with the quality. He used the same portable binaural microphone as well as the recording rig as mine, which is the recording rig is mini DSP, and the binaural microphone is from, can't remember which brand, but it's from Germany. I'm lucky I get the calibration profile from both the providers, but for the portable one, it's limited by the situation because the recording drum is actually outside the ear. So the proximity would also affect the sound quality as well as the reproduction of the image of the headphone. So I would only use it for portable use, for example, like in a on-site ANC sound demo. But both are really good quality as compared to some counter offerings of the same price in US. So this is my experience. I bought from both the locations and I returned those that's not really performing well for my tasks. Clavinet Junkie is the one inspiring me to start this channel. So if you like my contents, I'm sure you would like his content, so I put his link in the description of this video. Another one who is also doing sound demo right now is Jim's Review. So what Clavinet Junkie and I doing differently from Jim's Review and Z Review is that you will find that the sound that you can get from Jim's Review and Z Reviews are more pleasant on any other headphone, no matter which headphone that you are listening with, is a lot more pleasant listening right away from YouTube. But for the sound of Clavinet Junkie and my sound demo, it would demand the last mile, which is your headphone, in order to project the accurate listening experience. So think about it. How can a sound be produced in any of the headphone and is still considered like true to the listening experience? It's impossible, right? So that's why you have to use the same headphone, listening to all their recordings and understand the differentials. You got to have a baseline. So for example, like if you have M50 that's reviewed by Z Review and you compare his recording versus your real experience, you would know the bias of his recording. And then you can use that bias to always tune the rest of the recordings in your brain. Or you use his sound demo to EQ your listening experience so that when you listen to the rest of his sound demo, then you will be able to get a more closer to realistic listening experience. So as Jim's Review as well. For what Clavinet Junkie is doing, he provide a model of the headphone as well as the EQ profile, so that as long as you apply the same, then you can have the consistent listening experience through his sound demo. And for me, I would recommend using SonarWorks regarding you like it or not. And if you're just making an immediate purchasing decision, you can just get the free trial from SonarWorks and then have a run of, have an audition of a few sound demos, and then you can make your own decision. Okay. Or in the worst case, if you just don't want to install anything, then I would recommend that the cheapest Apple earpods and AirPods that everyone blame the most mediocre sounding. Actually, from my experience, the most recent generations of the stock earbuds and AirPods, they are pretty good in sound quality. Quality, I mean, is like how much detail that you can get from considering the price. Okay, they are not perfect. They are not audiophile graded. I would say they are like low-fi, mid-fi, instead of hi-fi. But then they have the most flat sound that I think that would make most of people find that's the least entertaining, the least exciting. But that's what Apple want to give us. If you want something exciting, then Apple give us Beats, or no matter you like it or not. Okay, or otherwise, then you find other headphones, Sony, then or Audio Technica, Bayer Dynamics, and whatever that Sennheisers, then you would get the your own choices of headphone. But if you use the Apple headphones, then they're flat and they would introduce the least bias from my sound demos, and probably you can use the same for Clavinet Junkie's sound demo. So I think both of our applications are like interchangeable. So if you like my channel, subscribe to his channel and you will like it. So coming on, I still have 2 months before I start my radiotherapy and experiencing the permanent damage of my hearing. So as long as my physique is possible, then I will try to finish off. I still have a lot of backlog footages that I don't have time to complete it. So now I don't need to attend to my daytime work. And as well as I got reduced with a little bit of housework. As long as I'm in a hospital, I'm free. Is just my own time. So I'll try to clear up as many backlogs as possible within these 2 months. It depends on the situation, how the damage is, and whether I can be assisted with the equipment. I really hope that I'm not falling back into technical analysis, because that's the one that's not really helping me, or even giving us misleading decisions sometimes. Of course, the frequency response would always tell things that's getting closer, but it's not it's not everything. There are still a lot other metrics that making a headphone to be the right headphone for you. So that's something that yeah, we'll see. So there are a few things that if I can no longer review headphones, one is to expand my review portfolio, as what my channel description mentioning. I would like to review other tech gears that's helping me in productivity as well. So I hope that will benefit you as well. But I just don't have time to expand into it. And as far as Sony W2006 Mark III, yes, Sony. You are spending too much of my money as well as my time and my opportunity cost to just take care of all your Yeah, right now I have 2 Sony headphones and 2 Sony earbuds, and I would say they are not the happiest experience that I would have. Another thing that I would like to do is I would open up all the methodologies of my deep dive framework. I will list out all the metrics, the whole table, the whole result. Basically, you would get it later on when I when I post my deep dive review. So I hope that more reviewer would be joining into this camp to provide the more holistic review for all of you. It takes effort to complete all the tests in the metrics. It's extremely challenging for lone wolf reviewers like me or Clavinet Junkie, unlike some of the reviewers who, like a C review, I think he just reviewed it from end to end without much editing. That's his workflow, and he's skilled enough to do that. And I think all the subscribers love that. Jim's Reviews has a team to help him editing. I think I'll probably have to outsource some of them as long as I can financially make the website sustainable. All right. So yeah, don't unsubscribe me yet. Okay, so in the coming 2 months, then I will still post the rest of the headphone reviews that you might find interested. And I received the Apple AirPods 2, the Samsung Galaxy earbuds, and as well as B&O E8 2. I know there are a lot of reviews on site already. Yeah, so I still have my own perspective of the review, and especially that my perspective, or some of don't know enough because I have not yet posted enough evidence of it. For example, if you want to know what I'm talking about, go back to the December review of the 5 ANC headphones. Okay, I think it's mentioned as the best gifts for your audio friend or something like that. So listen to the very end of the touch control demonstration. So the guitar picks between PXC 550, Sony WH-1000X Mark III and Mark II, they have a huge difference. And once you listen to it, you will know what I mean. That's only part of the picture that I nitpick from Sony WH-1000X Mark III. There are also the bass that I think is giving good quantity, but definitely it is not quality. And I'll show you the evidence. So stay tuned and see you in the next video. Hey everyone, wonderful morning. Today I finished my first session of chemo. Yeah, everything feels fine. Apart from that, I start having some hiccup that I have not been experiencing for years. Everything so far so good. And look at this. This is my breakfast. Yeah, I have a lot of tuna sandwich, 2 eggs, hash brown. I probably would skip the hash brown, and I would take the tomato as well. So far, so good.